From KUNC and the NPR network, this is In the NoCo. I'm Erin O'Toole. The soldiers who trained in Colorado for combat in World War II helped turn the tide of the war. And then many of them changed outdoor recreation in Colorado as we know it. Yesterday on In the NoCo, we heard the story of Camp Hale. It's a site in the high country near Leadville where thousands of soldiers trained for skiing and rock climbing and other elements of high-altitude combat. But the story of Camp Hale and the 10th Mountain Division didn't end there. Because after the war, many of those veterans became trailblazers in the outdoor sports world. Some became athletes. Others started ski resorts or recreation companies. And others helped invent or redesign outdoor gear. Today, we're sharing part 2 of my conversation with Sydney Mock of History Colorado. She spoke with me in June about a new exhibit in Leadville that explores the legacy of the soldiers at Camp Hale. As Colorado marks its 150th birthday this month, we're resharing this and other fascinating pieces of the state's history. Camp Hale had a very serious mission. The outcome of World War II hung in the balance. How much outdoor downtime would these soldiers actually have experienced while they were stationed there?
They would have experienced a lot of outdoor downtime if they were not participating in drills, if they were not on their official assignments. These men were out there in their free time skiing and rock climbing and camping. Like, you could see them traversing the hills between Glenwood Springs and Camp Hale, climbing the 14ers that were in between the two areas. That kind of like dances that they would hold at the social clubs or like comedy and musical performances they would have. They really spent all their time outside.
I want to talk about the connection between Camp Hale and Colorado's ski industry today. How did the soldiers of the 10th Mountain Division help build the state's ski industry?
So, as you can imagine, being here for 2 years and like all you do is ski, these men really fell in love with the outdoors. And so it was after the war that a lot of them came back and really poured that love and passion for the industry into developing recreational ski areas for the rest of the United States. Some notable ones are both Vail and Aspen.
Okay.
Vail is started by 3 10th Mountain veterans, and then Aspen is significantly developed by several veterans as well.
Wow.
Most of the ski resorts can trace some kind of connection to the 10th Mountain Division, as you can imagine.
And what about some other outdoor sports, I guess? I kind of want to dig into some of the other ways former Camp Hale soldiers shaped the recreation industry here. I imagine with all that rock climbing experience that they got, they played a role in the rock climbing business. Tell us a little bit about that.
We have several men who went on to set world record ascent records for special peaks, as well as you have men going into like product design. So you have things like one of the different types of carabiners that we use today were designed by a 10th Mountain veteran using his experience climbing for the U.S. Army.
Oh, wow. So those little clips that help rock climbers,
Yeah.
that comes from that.
Yeah. Nylon rope, the technology in developing nylon and nylon ropes over hemp rope also came from the 10th Mountain Division and their use of it during World War II. The backpacking frame design kind of came from the early packs that came from the 10th Mountain Division. Like,
Wow.
You see their like influence on a lot of gear like that.
Here's something that surprised me. A former Camp Hale soldier was the co-founder of Nike.
Yes.
Tell us about his story.
Yeah. Not only do you have men becoming like skiers and rock climbers, a lot go into becoming Olympic athletes and coaches. And so the co-founder of Nike, his name is Bill Bowerman. He was an Olympic coach. He was a coach at Oregon, and taking his experience serving the Army, being a track coach, he helped co-found Nike, which of course we use a lot of their products today.
These soldiers who went on to start companies or develop products in the outdoor industry, do they talk about Camp Hale as being pivotal in their lives?
Absolutely. Because as you can imagine, like the combat experience was very traumatic for them. And so they don't really talk about that too much. But a lot of them had such fond memories of their experience at Camp Hale, what it meant to be outdoors, what it meant to be trained in like this very elite skill set really stuck with them. And so I think that's why it was special for a lot of them to come back to Colorado, because this area did mean so much to them.
Mm. And how did 10th Mountain Division soldiers play a role in Colorado's hut and yurt system?
So that was something that was started after the war.
Mhm.
The Hut Division was again founded by a 10th Mountain veteran, Fritz Benedict, and taking kind of like old trail routes and hiking routes that they would use while they were at Camp Hale. They established these backcountry skiing huts that they would then bring their friends to or bring their families to, all up to a point today where like now anybody can get reservations to get permits to go backpacking or backcountry skiing into these huts.
It's so interesting that a military camp sparked so much entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
What do you think it was about Camp Hale or the soldiers there that led to these different leaps forward for the sports and recreation industry?
These men were smart. A lot of them came with some kind of college background. Like they're very smart men. And I think that they knew how to mix both business and pleasure, being able to capitalize again on that meaningful experience they had while training there and taking that, like you said, that entrepreneurial spirit and making it, yeah, accessible for everybody to use and access. But they were very savvy guys. They knew how to like connect with folks, build businesses, and just build industries that folks could be committed to.
How would you summarize the legacy of the 10th Mountain Division on Colorado's outdoor culture and the outdoor economy?
I think they developed that love and that passion for the outdoors during their time at Camp Hale. And I think being able to share that with the wider public was something that was very key to them. And they, yeah, just wanted to make it an open and inviting, like, recreational industry. Opening the doors for people passing on that love was really important for them.
Really helped put Colorado kind of out there on the map, too.
Absolutely. They really paved the way for us to become known as the skiing state.
Well, finally, former President Joe Biden designated Camp Hale and the surrounding area as a national monument in 2022. Talk about why that was a meaningful moment for people who care about Camp Hale.
Yeah, it was huge for the remaining veterans, but especially their descendants, just because they had been working for the last 40, 45 years to preserve the legacy of the World War II division. And now having it saved, we know that future generations can just drive through Highway 24 and stop and actually learn about the 10th Mountain Division now.
That's Sydney Mock with History Colorado's Anschutz Military Collections. She spoke with me earlier this year about the ongoing influence of Camp Hale. That legacy is highlighted in the History Colorado exhibition Winter Warriors, on display now at the Healy House Museum in Leadville. We'll have details on that, as well as a link to part 1 of my conversation with Sydney in our show notes. And check out our podcast feed for more episodes highlighting fascinating chapters of Colorado history as the state celebrates its 150th birthday this month. That's it today for In the NoCo. I'm Erin O'Toole. Thanks so much for listening.